What's up, Rich Squad? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dominic Rich, and I'm back to do a recap of match day 7 of the 2019 Asian Cup, where we had one fixture from Group B and two very enticing fixtures from Group C. So let's start with the Group B match between Australia and Palestine. Remember, Australia lost their opening match of the tournament versus Jordan in a match which finished 1-0, while Palestine picked up a very valuable 1 point versus Syria when their match finished in a 0-0 draw. But as we suspected, Australia would bounce back. They definitely did and went on to win this fixture 3-0. The first goal was scored in the 18th minute from a Jamie McLaren header. That was his first international goal for Australia. The second goal was scored 2 minutes later by Aware Mabil making a run at the far post for a tap-in. And the third goal was scored from a header in the 90th minute by Gianu. This was a better performance by Graham Arnold and his boys, as they had 17 shots on goal, with 6 of those shots going on target, comparing to Palestine's 3 shots on goal with no shots on target. Australia had 68% of the possession, comparing to Palestine's 32%. Another very interesting fact is the 11 corners taken by Australia and none taken by Palestine. So this was a very one-sided game. After losing their opening match versus Jordan, this was a must-win situation for Australia, and they came up big to bag a very important 3 points. For Palestine, they're still in the competition and will face Jordan in their next fixture. It's a tricky match to predict because Jordan, having already qualified, they might rest some key players, but then again, they might not want to take their foot off the gas. After bagging 3 points, Australia are second in the group behind Jordan with 6. We have Syria in third with 1 point and Palestine at the bottom of the group also with 1 point. Sorry Advenko, hold your head up. I bet your team will come good versus Jordan. Fingers crossed. For Australia, their final group fixture will be versus Syria on Tuesday, January the 15th, while Jordan and Palestine will also face off on the exact day. A draw will be good for Australia, but for Syria, a draw may prove to be detrimental. In the case for Jordan versus Palestine, Palestine needs a win. I don't think 2 points will be enough to make it to the round of 16. So Palestine need a win, Australia need a draw, Syria definitely, they need a win in order to get out of this group. Remember, Syria are the team that I'm following, but I'm afraid they might not make it to the round of 16. So let's move on to the Group C matches. Philippines 0, China 3. This was a much improved performance by China after defeating Kyrgyzstan in their first fixture 2-1, with some help from some really terrible goalkeeping. But versus the Philippines, they were more clinical and they did not require much help from the goalkeeper. The first 2 goals were scored by the Shanghai SIPG man Wu Lei. Remember, I featured him in the best players from Group C video, and he is proven to be China's best player. Those were 2 awesome goals. One hit from the edge of the box and the other was a volley when the ball was already behind him. The third goal was scored via a header by the substitute Yu in the 80th minute to give China a big 3 points. Yet again, the Philippines were very resilient today despite losing by a 3-goal margin. They almost scored when Ingresso tested the Chinese goalkeeper, and I think they had a few more other half chances. But all in all, China dominated the game. It could have been a 5-0 margin, but the Philippines, they tried very hard and kept it to 3. China had 14 shots on goal with 7 of those on target, comparing to the Philippines 4 shots at goal with 1 on target. China 55% possession comparing to the Philippines 45, so they were very much in the game, you know, they had possession of the ball. They made 366 passes comparing to China's 434, so it just showed you that China made more use of their possession than the Philippines did. This was a very physical game which had 39 fouls, like wow. But despite China winning by a very comfortable margin, the Philippines did give good account for themselves, just like they did in their first match versus South Korea. With this win, China go on top the table with 6 points and they will face South Korea on Wednesday, January the 16th for their final group game. While for the Philippines, their final group game will be versus Kyrgyzstan on the exact same day. That will be a very crucial fixture for both teams. For the final matchday 7 fixture, we saw South Korea defeating Kyrgyzstan 1-0. This was another very unimpressive performance by South Korea without their star man Son Heung-min. The game's only goal was scored by the defender Kim in the 41st minute. In this match, Kyrgyzstan did change their goalkeeper like I suggested, and this goalkeeper kept them in the game for the entire 90 minutes, pulling off some really big and important saves. Kyrgyzstan had 12 shots at goal, with 2 of those shots going on target, compared to South Korea's 19 shots at goal with only 7 shots on target. So it means that the goalkeeper kept most of those shots out. Let's give a round of applause for the Kyrgyzstan goalkeeper. He is only 21 years old, by the way. So round of applause. Awesome job. I'm gonna predict that he will now be the #1 goalkeeper for Kyrgyzstan going forward. As I said, this was not a very convincing win by South Korea. They had 71% of the possession, they created the chances, but the end product was very lacking. And then again, if you have 71% of the possession, how did Kyrgyzstan manage to get 12 shots at goal? So it means that something is wrong with their defense. They're not keeping out the opponent. It will be a very interesting match versus China. So even without Son Heung-min in their team, South Korea has managed to pick up 6 points with 2 very unconvincing 1-0 wins. They are now second in the group behind China and will face them on Wednesday, January the 16th. For Kyrgyzstan, their last match is also on Wednesday, January the 16th, and they will face Philippines. They will surely fancy their chances versus the Street Dogs. Guys, do you think that Kyrgyzstan could pick up 3 points and qualify to the round of 16 as one of the best third place teams? Or do you think Philippines got what it takes to pull it off? Let me know your answer in the comment section down below. And now to predict tomorrow's fixtures, where we have 2 matches from Group D and 1 match from Group E. In the first Group D fixture, we will see Vietnam taking on Iran. Remember, Vietnam narrowly lost to Iraq 2-3 in their first game, and Iran just blasted away Yemen 5-0. So my prediction for this fixture will be a win for Iran. I do think they will rest some key players for the match versus Iraq, but they will still come through with a win. I'm gonna go for a 3-1 win. Vietnam has looked really good in their first game, and I think they will challenge Iran. They might even manage to pick up a draw, but I'm still gonna go for an Iran victory. With this 3 points, Iran will go on top of the table and qualify for the round of 16. For the next Group D match, Iraq versus Yemen, I think that Yemen are gonna lose this game again, and they might not lose it by a 5-0 margin, but I'm gonna say a 3-1. Another 3-1, scoreline I'm predicting for this game. But Iraq will definitely win this game and qualify for the round of 16 as well. So with Iraq and Iran winning their matches, we will see Vietnam and Yemen scrap it out for third. And what Vietnam needs to keep in mind is that they don't want to lose too badly versus Iran, so that they can qualify as the best third place team. The next fixture will be between Saudi Arabia and Lebanon. Lebanon lost their opening fixture 2-0 versus Qatar, while for Saudi Arabia, they blew away North Korea 4-0. This one is going to be a very feisty game, but I think Saudi Arabia will come out victors in this game. Let me say 2-1. So guys, there you have it, my roundup of match day 7 of the 2019 AFC Asian Cup and the predictions for the match day 8 fixtures. Let me know your predictions in the comment section down below. Also, let me know your thoughts on today's fixtures. Do you guys think that Australia will go on to successfully defend their title? Do you guys think South Korea will perform a lot better with Heung-min's son? And will China do something great at this tournament? So guys, thanks for watching. I'm your boy Dominic Rich. If you're new around here, consider hitting the subscribe button. Smash the thumbs up button. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And until next time, peace out. Rich Squad!